Hi, everyone, and welcome along to today's daily market update and economic calendar for December 1st. We're in December 2020, so let's go from here. Look, interesting day news-wise today. Starts off in about just under 4 hours' time with RBA rate statement. I think the rate statement will be watched. The cash rate, unlikely to change, but this statement is of interest. Still got some people in my organisation saying that the last statement was more bullish than people think. I'm not buying that for myself. I think it was still quite bearish and remains quite bearish. We'll watch this rate statement quite clearly and see if Governor Lowe can give us a bit more of a bearing on this. Later on, Fed Chairman Powell speaks, testifies. This will be interesting again. US dollar hitting some long-term lows at the moment. That economy, that COVID situation looks really concerning to the market, and US dollar weakness does look the play today for the rest of the week at this point. Well, I do know that's against seasonality and COT, but I think right now possibly the news might be starting to take the fundamentals might be starting to rule this more than anything else. So interesting day overnight. ECB President Lagarde speaks. We've got RBA Governor Lowe speaks tomorrow morning. We've got Fed Chairman Powell testifies again tomorrow. So interesting group of news with, look, there's reasons for any currency. We could have quite a lot of movement in the next few days as different things come in. We've got economic news coming out of Australia. We've got economic news coming out of New Zealand. Plenty to make this move around in the next few days. We will need to trade it and watch it with some interest. Just go and have a look at some charts and see what this can make some sense to us as traders. And look, I think it's quite an interesting time to be a trader. Look, this UK 100 starts us off, and as always, look at that, eh? She sold yesterday, and she sold straight down to this level. And look, I've got to say, overall for mine, she has looked a little bit toppy recently. We did talk about these two bars creating a range, and without getting a break of that range, I didn't think we should be directional. And really, these two bars, the bottom of this is held price here. And again, these two bars hold this range for me. A break below, and I'd be pretty much getting short low. I would say for mine, look, the 200-day moving average is likely to create support very close. Most products have a tendency to bounce away from them quite a lot. Not a lot of interaction in recent times with the FTSE, but we will watch and see whether it gets some interaction here. We've got monthly pivot a bit further down as well, so we've got some short and tight targets. Look, personally right now, I think overall the FTSE is probably a buy. It's just a buy at this level here for mine. I'll look down to 200-day moving average, weekly support 2 before I'm looking to buy. We'll see what happens from a price action point of view. Nasdaq again yesterday pushed up and just couldn't get through. Today still around the same levels. Looks to be heading back to target recent highs. As I said yesterday, if I was to put in a lower high here, that'll be pretty interesting for the market. If we had high, same high, double top, lower high, that's starting to get pretty bullish. So we'll watch this with care. And again, interesting for the Nasdaq, So these things are valued in US dollars, and the value of the US dollar is falling, and the price of the indices is not going up. It suggests there's some weakness around these indices. The US dollar will rally a little bit at some point, and I wouldn't be at all surprised to see a sell-off, that being the case. Obviously, if we get a bit of a move down, downside target to 11,704, and I think possibly the short-term move, I wouldn't be at all surprised to see us pop up and have a look at 12,409 or 12,400 before this move down. So I'll be keeping an eye for a little pop-up and then a big move down, and I wouldn't be writing off the move down at any point, perhaps 4-hour chart entry for that. S&P, similar type thing. Look at this consolidation here. We put in these historical highs, had a crack at it, rejected it, had a crack at it, rejected it, trying to have a crack at it again and rejecting it. It's really hard to make a case for a stock market to put in new highs. I'm sure this is on the mind of the investors right now. When you've got COVID ravishing it, political uncertainty, Fed monetary policy, which is already quite a long way, I think investors will be reluctant to put in a really decisive new high here in early December. I wouldn't be at all surprised again. Look, if we get above the high of yesterday's bar, you're closing that 4 hours, and I think you've got to be long. But I also think for mine, if you get below yesterday's bar, then you're starting to look at where this might retrace to. And for mine, 3545 would be an initial target short side on this. Bitcoin, look, we talked about this yesterday, that everyone says that gaps will close, and this gap will close one day. Might be today, might be 50 years from now, but it will close at some point. But right now, what I said yesterday was on the open of this, with this pung up here, that I'd be happy to buy it and look for it to have a crack at these highs. And we've talked about these highs a lot over the last few months, and here we are taking on these highs. And I think we're going to find out the story about Bitcoin here as we do get there today. I think we had a crack at it and didn't quite get there last time. I did say if you held on, we would get up here, and we are up here. Now we'll find out what Bitcoin's about. I'm expecting a little push towards 20,000, and then we might see a bit of a sell. Look, obviously, a lot of guys took some profit yesterday. Some of those people have been stuck since here. People that were buying around here, they have been stuck since 2017 to get out at break even. Even if you bought in these areas here to get out for a small profit, you've been stuck. And I think a number of these guys took some profit here. We've now seen the buying come back in, the big buy thing up. And look, Bitcoin's a bit of a proxy for the US dollar. US dollar weakness, Bitcoin strength, very much in play here. Look, it'll be really interesting. Some really interesting times coming up for Bitcoin. What's it do with the previous highs? Does it just crap itself again? Does it get to 2,000? Does it go from there? Or what happens around Christmas, New Year? Let's remember, guys, this was a Christmas rally and a January destruction. So we'll wait and see how that plays out this year, and see what happens with Bitcoin as it folds. For mine, I'm still a holder of it. I wouldn't be all surprised to see a pretty big pullback at some point, but I'll still hold it and suggest that long term it's a good investment. I'd never have investment money in there. It's got to be your spare money that sits in Bitcoin. It's got to be a small position looking for a big return. Look, oil, look, we get this little move up, inside bar, basically, and then another inside bar, looking at maybe another inside bar. They're not quite, but boy, the bodies are. There's just nothing going on here. And for mine, again, oil's a pretty simple trade. You take out the high of this bar here, and you're looking for a little run up, and you take out the low yesterday or the low of yesterday, and you're looking for a retest of 43.73 and potentially for this range to come back into play down around 41.80. I remain long-term an oil bull, but concerned about the short-term stuff. And it's nice to see the oil bulls having come in and pushed it out of this range, but we've still got COVID restrictions all over the planet restricting demand, and that will be a concern for it. Euro, again, interesting stuff here. Euro had to pop out of this range, pop back in and having another crack. And look, I'd be happy here. Above, that's more interesting. So we've had to pop up to 120 and tested it and rejected straight off it. I would also probably see another pop up and another crack at it at some point and possibly another rejection. Big level, and we'll see how it goes. We are having continued US dollar weakness. It should see the euro continue to strengthen in at some stage. Despite its own economic problems, I would expect it to knock over the 120 mark at some point. Dollar yen, look, we'll just move this around a little bit. The bottom of the triangle stays about the same. I'm just going to decided just to make that the triangle now. For mine, we're still inside this triangle and looking for a decisive break to get out of it. Not clear enough for mine at this point. I'd like a break and a retest and a push back up. That would work just fine for me. But we'll have to wait and see if that plays out. Aussie dollar. COT is short Aussie and long US, and we certainly saw that yesterday. A bit of a surprise on a dollar weakness day to see that kind of move. Suggests the Aussie is quite short as we move into this week of Aussie dollar issues. Look, that is me for today. Thanks for joining me for the market analysis. We'll come back and have a look at it. If there's anything you want me to have a look at while I'm doing this session, it's the only session we don't have someone live in the social media. But if you post anything you'd like me to have a look at the next few days, I'll have a look at it. The team will let me know as they go through the comments, and I'll have a look at it for you tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow at 12:45. Great to have your company today. Enjoy your trading. Take it easy. Plenty of opportunities around in the next 2 weeks from what I can see. And we will watch with interest to see what the RBA does today. Does have a nice channel starting to form through here. Could be a nice buy at the bottom of that channel if we get the right price action. For now, I'll let RBA speak and I'll follow it along. Plenty of other opportunities. This dollar weakness, indice weakness is an interesting look. Suggests to me if any dollar strength comes back in, these indices we may see a proper sell in the indices for the first time in a little while. Trade carefully, make good decisions, stay calm. There's plenty of time. Today's not our last day trading. We've got years and years and years of this to go. No need to bet the house today. Stay calm, control your risk. Remember that mine is not economic, not trading advice. I'm just talking to you about the markets. You should make your own decisions and put your money in the right place. I'm not aware of your personal circumstances, etc., etc. You guys know how that stuff goes. Take care, trade well. I'll speak to you tomorrow.